morning, and welcome to the morning show. I am Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the
Fabulous Arizona Center.
Okay, Marshall. So we have earpieces in. I don't know if you can see them or if we're that good, like FBI agents, that they just blend in. Did Brandon still sound like the Charlie Brown teacher to you?
Yeah.
Or did you hear him clear?
No, that I heard clear. But there were times where he's like...
Oh, see, I still heard it like the teacher. It's like, what is that? See, I know he's laughing at me right now, but I don't know what we're laughing about. I'm starting to feel very suspicious and paranoid, like in high school. Everybody's talking about
Wow,
me.
what did you do this weekend that you're suddenly all paranoid on Monday morning?
I had a couple brownies, you know. No, I'm kidding. Did not. All right, Marshall, we're here.
Indeed we are. And oh my gosh, I think I may have now recovered from all the fun we had at 602 Day.
Yeah, I know. What a great event.
So much fun. And I mean, I love seeing all the videos popping up all over social media.
Yeah.
So
we had such great partners for that event too. We just want to take a second to acknowledge them. Cultural Coalition, who's our next door neighbor down the way. They were remarkable. They provided all of the entertainment, and then the City of Phoenix Arts and Culture Department actually helped with funding those entertainers,
and
which
made
is
that all happen.
So amazing. And then we had Adrian, who is the curator for First Fridays here at the Arizona Center. If you don't know Adrian, you're missing out. Like, he is just one of the most generous, cool people you could ever meet.
Indeed.
Does so much in the arts community.
So much like live painting going on. So many vendors. It was so much fun.
Yeah, Marshall got all the vendors out there. Some of my favorites came up. I did a little shopping. And then, of course, we got a surprise visit by Fox 10.
Oh, that's right.
And we had...
oh, yeah, no, I still haven't gone online to see what they actually...
I haven't either. I haven't seen it.
So I heard
but it was nice they came out.
Yeah, it was about a two-minute piece.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
So,
it's better than a 30-second piece.
Exactly. I wish they gave us that much time.
Yeah.
So.
And then we had a congresswoman come out, which was fantastic.
City council?
City council, that's right. Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself here.
I was right, exactly. She may have her eyes on something larger, but right now...
Yeah, city councilwoman, and from District 8.
Yeah, Keisha Hodges was here and had so much fun.
We did. We had a really good time. I also want to give a special shout out to Aqua Century Pools, who sponsored our signage for the event, and also to Kim Heineke, who, I don't know if I say your name right, Kim, and I've known you for years. Heineke, I don't know. But Kim was our greeter at the event. She's also the founder of the Worldwide Women's Film Festival. She volunteered her time. We appreciate that.
And we had the morning crew there.
We had so many great shoes.
So, I mean, we had our crew there filming, so.
Yeah, Dylan, Theo, Brandon, Chris, Kendra came out. Of course, Ann was there. All of you. Obviously, we could not do this show without you. We are so thankful for you. And not only are we thankful for your technical ability, but we love seeing you all work together and kind of have this cool, I don't know, bond.
It was so much about community.
It was.
And that's what was great.
So we'll be doing another event at some point. We don't know when. We're not going to announce anything, but it was such a great success. We know we want to do it again. So thank you for making that possible. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with you after this to introduce you a member of our community, our very first guest.
I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the
Fabulous Arizona Center.
Yes, and we have our guest here with us. We've got Bernd. How did I do with the name?
Okay. Perfect.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Thanks
all right.
Yes.
I hadn't practiced it for a while, so I was like, I don't know, I might lose it. Hi, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So we hear that you have worked with Theo, our fabulous producer, in the past, and you are here representing a project called Worldstrings. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Certainly. So I'm born German, so I came here in the mid-90s, 1996.
You couldn't tell at all from the accent.
I came here from Germany and had the ambition to become a musician performing and make it big in the United States. I started working as a musician, played the Phoenix Folk Festival, Glendale Folk Festival. I grew up in a place called Fiddler's Dream. You may have heard, a small acoustic venue.
It's famous.
Still around, yeah.
Yeah.
Became a board member, organized concerts at Fiddler's Dream over a number of years. But then I realized this is not my career. I'm not the next Bob Dylan or next Bruce Springsteen. So early 2000, I decided to go into music business.
Okay.
And that's when I founded Worldstrings Promotion, which is a company that specializes in curating special events, music events, works with artists, bring them on tour from Europe, in the United States, in Europe, and special occasions, basically.
Wow, what a cool career and life path. That sounds like a lot of fun. So how do you decide kind of what your music events are going to be about, or who they're going to feature? How do you kind of curate those?
Yeah, so being in the United States, you get immediately in contact with so many people in the music industry, not just in Arizona, all over the country. So my first project was, of course, since I'm a German, I put a tour together with 3 German singer-songwriters, with 3 singer-songwriters from Arizona in 2003 through 2005. The first tour we had in Germany. I was the bus driver, I organized everything, got the good sense of what it means.
Wear all the hats.
Contracting, and made sure everyone has what they need on stage. In 2004, we did the same tour in the East Coast. We played, for example, the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C.
Wow. Okay.
2005, we went back to Germany. So that was the first big taste for me. So I got into that. And then I reached out to music industry experts in Europe, particularly in Sweden. So I'm in contact and working with a Swedish artist right now.
Okay.
Her name is Gaia. I had her on tour last year here in the United States. And she's a music artist, pop artist. She wants to reconnect people with Mother Nature through music. So I'll bring her back hopefully next year as well.
Yeah.
But then in early 2000, I got an inspiration. You asked, how do I decide? We all had our moments in life when there's some divine force, whatever that means, talks to us. And I would like to share with you this book, Pete Seeger. Many of course, listeners and viewers have heard of Pete Seeger, Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger. So the story is that in the 1980s, I was still way back in Berlin. He performed in Berlin. So this is a picture I took in Berlin. In early 2000s, I was introduced to Pete through a friend and said, oh, I want to send him the pictures. Can you help me? And so, sure. I sent the pictures. Pete Seeger, and he's very typical of what he does, he sends back postcards. He signs it with his little banjo and said, hey, Bernd, thank you for the pictures and the information, your letter. Keep bringing people together. First moment, I said. So I wrote a letter back, Pete, hey, can I use this as an endorsement for my music business? 3 months later comes the postcard. Yes, indeed, keep on hastily. It's all in the book.
Yeah.
But in 2009, he turned 90 years old.
Wow.
And there was the big concert in Madison Square Garden. John Baez, Bruce Springsteen, Bruce Cope, you name him, except Bob Dylan. But they're all there, 4-hour concert. So I took a lot of pictures at the concert, put them in a book like this, looks like this, and this book, and sent both books. By then I had already a relationship with Pete.
Right.
I said, Pete, you get so many presents, keep the book, but sign this one, just sign it for me. I would be the happiest person on earth. And I would like to share. So this is what he wrote to me, and it's on my website. Basically, if you meet all the singer-songwriters in the world, bring them on stage, sing for the piece before, and he says, before our world blows itself apart.
Yeah.
And then, as you can see, so here's old Pete, 90 years old, and his little banjo.
I love the banjo.
And ever since I've been going around with this book, when I meet famous musicians, all kinds of musicians, and ask them to sign the book.
Yeah.
And for now, there's hundreds of signatures. Alice Cooper.
Oh my God.
Alice
That's
Cooper.
really amazing.
Wow.
So here's Alice Cooper.
Yeah, look at that.
There's John Kay from Steppenwolf, and there Lou Adler, the manager of the Mamas and Papas. I mean, over the years, I always have this book with me. And sometimes it's just seconds. They say, oh yeah, I'd love to sign the book. But sometimes they sit down, look at the books, and then they tell you, famous people, I would be honored, to sign this book. So that was in 2009 the real, divine moment for me, how to
That's very
music.
cool. And I'm so glad I asked that question.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm going to
I
look
know.
through it. So you
So-
had mentioned John Kay.
Yes.
You also had an experience working with John Kay, correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
So for many viewers or listeners, John Kay may not resonate, the name. So when I say Steppenwolf, the band Steppenwolf, and I have a picture here, most famous song that they published or released was Born to be Wild, as we all know, the Easy Rider movie, very famous.
Right.
Right.
In 2017, I went to the 50th anniversary of the Monterey International Pop Festival in Monterey, California. 2 years, as we know, 2 years before Woodstock in '67. And I met a rock and roll photographer. His name is Tom O'Neill. And he was there in '67 backstage taking pictures of Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, you name him. I mean, it's like this.
Yeah.
And so I met him in 2017 at the 50th anniversary of the event. And he shared with me that he got the hang of it. I want to do this as a career, rock and roll photographer, but I also want to design vinyl. Remember vinyl albums?
Yes, yeah.
Those covers, I want to do this. So over the next few decades, he designed about 70 of them. 9 of them were the first 9 albums of Steppenwolf. So he was a very close friend, family member. And over the years, I shared with him, Tom, because I knew John Kay is born German. He has a German name, Johann Krauledat, actually. And I said, Tom, I would give anything if I could spend just 15 minutes with John Kay at the bar and we would talk about new music, German history, and so on. He said, just write a letter to John, and I wanted also perhaps work with him. So I wrote a letter. Tom handed it to John in early 2018. And 1 week from now, June 15th, 2018, just imagine this, comes an email in my inbox. Hi Bernd, this is John Kay from Steppenwolf. Tom told me about your letter. When would it be convenient for you to talk? Can you imagine? It's just, John, tomorrow? Yes. So
Exactly.
we spent 2 hours on the phone.
Wow.
That was such a beautiful conversation. And I, of course, knew a little bit about him. And so we spent so much time. I took him in 2019 to a music conference. He showcased there. And then we shook hands over the phone. After that, saying, yeah, Bernd, I want you to be my manager, my booking agent. So
Wow.
over the course of 2019, I worked with him.
Okay.
We had a sold-out show at the MIM, Musical
Yeah.
Instrument Museum, in April. It was just one of the phenomenal experiences I've had. And if I may just add one more piece.
Please, yeah.
And it's a very long story. Probably we need hours, maybe at the bar. I'll tell you. So this picture I've brought with me is the band Steppenwolf, of course. But you recognize to the right, there's the 6th member of the band, who looks like me.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So in October 2018, the band has decided we're done after 50 years of rock and roll.
Okay.
So they performed their final concert somewhere in the middle of nowhere in Kansas, Baxter Springs. And by then I already knew John. And so I said, I want to see, because I had never seen Steppenwolf live, my first time and my last time. So he got me the backstage pass, and I got full access, and I ended up in the green room with the band and had them all sign these album covers. So if you zoom in, these are the 6 album covers that Tom O'Neill, the photographer, had designed. So he signed it first. It's very rare that someone asked the guy who designed the album sign, plus all the band members on the last day of their existence as a band.
Well, you have such incredible stories and life experiences. It's amazing to hear that from you.
And you know, we also have a clip.
We do. We have a clip.
So do you just set that clip up or anything? Or
Yeah, I would like to maybe set it up. So one of the endeavors, and there's another one I would like to also talk about, is gotten involved in what I call the new sound experience. So I'm a Pink Floyd fan. I've never seen them live in the 1970s, but I've talked to people who were in the big stadiums, and the sound was just like this, without computers, without anything. So a few years ago, I thought, let's recreate the sound today, because most of the concert we go to, you probably have experienced it, it's way too loud, it comes one way, and you can't really hear what they sing and the instruments. So I'm in contact now working with the company in Austria, in Vienna, that specializes in equipping theaters, opera houses with this new sound equipment. So I want to bring them to the United States. So I started this initiative called New Sound experience, and perhaps next year we'll have some experience here in the Valley or in the U.S.
I hope so. That would
Yes.
be fabulous. Yeah. And if that does happen, let us know.
Absolutely,
We would love
yes.
to
I'd
know
love
more
to.
about it. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna watch this. It's
Yeah.
like a minute-long video.
Yeah.
Theo helped you put this
Yes.
together. We
He's
love
the editor.
Theo.
Very
All right, let's go ahead and roll it.
Aw, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
and how
Thank you.
wonderful. It's funny, that song brings back so many memories. Before every theater performance that I used to do, the whole cast backstage in the green room would sing that song. So brings back good feelings.
glad it does,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Thank you.
that's awesome. Well, this has been so incredible learning about what you've done with your career and what you're still trying to do to improve the music and listening experience. Can you let folks know where they can learn more about your
Yes,
work?
absolutely, of course. But before I go to it,
Yeah.
can I have 10 more seconds?
Yes.
Going back to Steppenwolf, because it's kind of an important piece.
Yeah.
So, do you know how the name of the band came about?
I do not.
1968, in the studio, one of the sound engineers said, I'm currently reading a book by the German author Hermann Hesse
Okay.
called Steppenwolf. And so the interesting part with this book is, because this has been signed by John Kay.
Okay.
So he gave me this little signature, thank you for everything you've done for me. So it's not just about the book, but it's signed also by John Kay. So that's how
This is a really cool design. So what is the book about?
it's about a character who has kind of two characters in it. So he goes out and faces evil as well, but also manages to survive. So it's
Okay.
kind of an interesting character, which represents somewhat the Steppenwolf. A loner, kind of a loner, in life. And
I would hang this in my in my room. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that's really cool. That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, please share.
So if you're interested, go to my website, worldstrings.com,
Okay.
worldonastring.com, Worldstrings, and there's all the references to, like Pete Seeger. There's, having signed the book by famous people or not so famous people, I always ask them, if possible, to take a picture. So you find hundreds of pictures with Alice Cooper and Lou Adler,
yeah.
always holding up the book. So that's a whole story about the Steppenwolf experience with the band and many other endeavors.
Yeah.
And I would like to also mention, which is the latest endeavor that I'm involved with, is that's why I'm wearing this
Oh,
T-shirt
that's right,
today.
yeah, Nursing Rocks. Yeah.
It's Nursing Rocks. It's an initiative that started a few years ago by two gentlemen in Chandler here in Arizona. They said we need something to honor and celebrate nurses. On the front line, someone was referring to them as the angels at the bedside.
Yeah.
So they came up with this idea to organize, and it's in full motion now, about 20 to 30 concerts over the next 2 years in all the major cities in the United States.
wow.
And these are major events, fundraising events. So, benefiting the local nursing schools or nursing organizations, basically paying back. And the event would be a sponsored event,
Right.
and the nurses in town would be invited to just come for free. We're planning to book national acts.
Yeah.
So it's all in motion. So we're in contact, for example, with the Phoenix Children's Museum.
Okay.
One of the leading spine doctors, Dr. Greg White, he's also a musician, he plays bass. So there's all kinds of constellations, working with the heads of hospitals,
Right.
medical institutions in each of the states and cities. So it's coming. So I would like to put a little plug in. Phoenix is on the map. So whenever Phoenix
Yeah.
is ready, then of course I would love to let you know.
I have several nurses in my family, so they'll be excited to hear
Wonderful.
that. Yeah,
Yes.
what a remarkable initiative.
Yeah.
So make sure you follow along on the website. Are you on social media at all?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah. What's your social handle?
I'm on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Yes.
Okay. Find him on. Good call. That's a nice platform. Find him on LinkedIn or go to the website. So many cool photos and stories and.
Yeah, and I love how you have turned, it's so inspirational how you turned your passion into this trajectory of just passion projects.
Yeah, very cool. Thank you for spending some time with us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
It's
Thank
been
you so much.
wonderful. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. We'll have things to do, a little bit of history, and who knows, some of our usual shenanigans.
Indeed. So welcome back to the morning show. I'm Marshall Shore.
And I'm Melissa Farley. We're here at the
Fabulous Arizona Center. And we are still discombobulated from 602 Day, so much so that we forgot one of your favorite parts of the opening of the show.
I just thought I hid the calendar better, but apparently I did not. So here
All
we go.
right, but you do get the honor of ripping off.
Oh, good.
So, all right. So our word of the day, dun dun dun. I feel like there should be like trumpets playing and
Well, that would make
or
it
maybe
better.
maybe some strings. Like we have a contact. Maybe we should get some strings to play every time we say word of the day.
I feel like Brian, who's Brian? We don't have an intern or a producer named Brian.
Is that one of your other husbands?
No. Why did I say that? Brandon could just hit a button and make some music happen.
Oh.
Brian.
So abscond, to depart secretly and hide oneself. Okay, now let's see how their sentence is. He will now be charged for attempting to abscond from the country while he was out on bail.
Well, that would be an example of absconding.
It would indeed.
I usually just like abscond with a cookie out of the kitchen.
Well,
without
exactly.
detection.
Right, exactly. It's more like, oh, I have an Oreo that I absconded with.
Yeah.
So.
This is a very doable word to put in your daily vernacular, though. You
Right,
can
'cause
make this work.
Right, because it's basically you can abscond almost anything. So.
Sorry, my brain went to like, challenge. Can you abscond with anything?
Kind of like David Copperfield. Can you abscond with this bus? Poof! There.
Well, if you've got a team and some
And some mirrors and some
and
smoke.
producers that can make stuff happen, yeah, sure, why not? All right. Speaking of absconding, no, I won't abscond. I'll stay while you do some history. Give me
All
some history.
right. All right, so our bit of Arizona history is a little bit about I think one of the most beautiful spots in Arizona, the Mission San Javier del Bac.
Oh yeah, it is beautiful.
So, which I mean, the church itself dates from the late 1700s, and pretty much on this date, after an absence of 104 years, the Franciscan order again occupying the mission again back in 1932.
it is beautiful, and you can absolutely visit it. So
Yeah, I mean it's
yeah.
easy to get to. It's on the Tono Autumn Reservation. So, but I mean, as you're heading down on the highway, it's like boom. There's a exit just for San Javier.
We went kind of on a cool day. It was like stormy and raining, so we got some really moody pictures of the
nice.
mission. And then it was like the sun just broke through the clouds, and then it was this beautiful light. So we got to
right.
kind of photograph it in two
Oh,
different
very cool.
contrasting lights. It was really neat. Yeah.
And then I love just, I mean, inside is beautiful, and they basically it went through a huge kind of cleaning several years ago.
Yeah.
And so it's really an amazing site to go. So if you haven't been, it's well worth going to visit.
Well, there you go. Take a visit to the mission.
Indeed.
Well, what are we celebrating today, Marshall?
So you may have heard of the Bermuda Triangle, but today we're celebrating the Coral Triangle.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Bermuda shorts.
Oh,
so
no.
That's not the direction.
No, because I was like, Coral Triangle. I was like, what is that?
What is that?
And so basically, it is this corner of the world, this triangle, where basically 75% of the coral species in the ocean live. 2,000 species of reef fish hang out there. And, you know, I remember going to like Monterey, and they had an entire aquarium that was just really all about coral. And it was so beautiful.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh my gosh, what a great way to celebrate the fact that there's so much. Now, even though we don't have any coral right here, you know, there is just kind of awareness of just kind of the aquatic life that's here.
Yeah.
We have some endangered fish here in some of our waterways and things like that. So it's like we don't have to celebrate just the coral, but just aquatic life in general.
You can always go to one of the aquariums we have too in Arizona and see some of the aquatic life. I was looking at the map. I was trying to see because we've actually snorkeled in a lot of places, but it looked like it was between the Philippines
yeah.
and Indonesia, Papua New Guinea.
Right.
We've not been over there, but that would be really cool.
Yet.
No, absolutely, yeah.
So yeah. Also, it is Donald Duck Day.
Oh,
I know you being a
yay.
Disney fan, so basically it is because back in 1934, the wise little hen became the first public appearance of Donald Duck, as we can see him there,
Yeah.
wearing his famous hat and little sailor top. So, and I didn't realize he had a middle name.
What is his middle name?
It is Donald Fauntleroy Duck. Which I was like, oh, would never have guessed. If you said, guess what his name is, would never have guessed.
That's
Fauntleroy.
a great middle name.
So-
I love it.
And in 2004, he got a Hollywood star on the Walk of Fame, as well as he is the inspiration for the University of Oregon's mascot, the Ducks.
Well, good for that grumpy little duck.
Indeed. As well as today is Writers' Rights Day,
Oh.
which I thought was interesting because, you know, I mean, in an era where there is so much...
Writers as in right day, or like we have rights to defend ourselves?
Right. I mean, well, we have rights. I mean, kind of talking about being able to express yourself in writing, being able to own your own writing without censorship and get it out there.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of fun. And then we are right in the middle of Shampoo Week.
Oh boy.
So in case you were wondering, and so I didn't realize shampoo actually comes from a Hindi word meaning to knead or massage.
Is that Sybil?
It is. So that is
Is it
Sybil
really?
Shepherd. And I chose that because downtown, you know, there's the big building that's shaped like the Dial soap bar.
Yep.
Because that was the headquarters for Dial for so long. They at one point acquired Breck, the
okay.
shampoo. And so they had in the Dial building a museum of Breck girls.
Okay.
And so it's one of my secret obsessions is someday to remount that exhibit because it had like these life-size portraits of all the Breck girls. So basically with the image you saw there, it's like there's this life-size vision.
I believe in you, Marshall.
And
you
so,
can make it happen.
oh my gosh, and you used to be able to go on a tour and you would have this little lovely white-gloved, gray-haired docent taking you through talking about.
You should do it before
all
Sybil
the-
Shepherd dies.
So, you know, all it takes is money.
Invite her to be a part of it.
So,
yeah.
would love to have her be the little white-gloved docent taking you around.
All right, universe, we're putting it out there.
And all because of National Shampoo Week.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, sometimes I use the excuse I've got to shampoo my cat. But what are some things around town that I would not want to use that excuse for?
So this first one, you may want to use the excuse for shampooing your cat.
Uh-oh.
Only because neither of us have children. It's the Bluey Summer Dance Camp at Chandler Dance Center at 9 a.m. It starts today through June 13th. If your family is a Bluey household, then this is the perfect summer dance camp. It's a fun-filled week of dance, crafts, friends, and fun. Space is limited, so you do need to register ASAP. This is for ages just 5 to 6, and it is $150 for the week. Camp runs from about 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. every day that week. So
does Charlie watch Bluey?
No.
Okay.
Charlie's not a TV watching dog.
Okay.
I watched Bluey once because I was waiting to have a surgery done, and it was the only thing that was coming on the TV at the hospital. So I was just like, okay, I guess I'll watch Bluey. But yeah. So Father's Day is coming up, hint, hint, and this is a Father's Day gift tool board class at Pizza to the Rescue in Phoenix at 6 p.m. So children get to choose their own wood stain and paint colors to create their Father's Day gift. They'll also learn the art of paint pouring to create a unique marbled look on the Best Dad Ever letters. And so you can see that picture, that's what they're talking about. Making that little ones can give their dads. It's only $35 and it starts at 6 p.m. So
nice.
Yeah, well, that's a cute gift for Dad, for sure.
And useful, because that way you always know to know your hammer, your wrenches.
There you go, yeah. All right, we've also got another summer camp, the Greatest Showman Summer Camp at Chandler Youth Theater. Happens at 9:30 a.m. today, runs through June 12th. So you can step right up and join the Greatest Show at Chandler Youth Theater's summer camp. It's inspired, obviously, by the hit musical. And this camp will have young performers singing, dancing, and acting their hearts out as they bring the magic of the Big Top to life. Throughout the week, campers will work on show-stopping musical numbers, develop their stage presence, and build confidence in a fun and supportive environment. The camp will end with a showcase for family and friends, so you'll get to see what they've been working on. So that camp runs today through Thursday, and it's from 9:30 in the morning to 2 p.m., and this one ages up a little higher. So it starts at 6 and goes to the age of 12, and for the entire thing, it's $249. We've also got, because I know you're super into wrestling, Marshall. It's your secret obsession. WWE Raw is happening at the Phoenix Arena at 4:30 p.m. So professional wrestling fans like Marshall, your time is now, my friend. John Cena is coming to Phoenix for the last time. And yes, this time you can see him. Cena will be front and center when WWE Raw returns to Phoenix. They'll bring the latest episode of the long-running weekly television show, which is broadcast on Netflix. So tickets start at about $78 depending on your seating, and again, that's at 4:30 p.m. So I know where Marshall will be.
Indeed. Shampooing my cat.
Shampooing your cat. And last but not least, we've got Family Glow Skate at Skateland in Chandler at 12. Get ready to light up your summer break at this super exciting, family-friendly glow-in-the-dark skate. This is to Top 40s hits. And the event is happening Monday through Friday, all summer long. So if you can't make it today, that's okay. You've got all summer to go ahead and glow it up with your family. Tickets are $12, and then the skate rental's another $5. And then if you just want to hang out, you don't want to skate, it's only $4. So you can go hang out and watch other people fall on their faces and laugh, because that's probably what I would do.
Okay, so it's so funny that I think that followed the wrestling, because there used to be Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Glow, yeah.
Yeah, Glow.
Which is a really good Netflix show, by the way.
Well, exactly. That's what I was going to say. I mean, I love how it's kind of come full circle, because I remember watching it and in real life when
Yeah.
it was first being aired. I mean, and like Mount Fiji, who by today's standards would not be considered a beauty, but I love the fact that it showcased all kinds of a diverse body of women.
No, it's super cool. There's actually some really good documentaries about the actual
Yeah,
Glow.
right.
And then I really did love the Netflix show Glow. So either way, you can support that.
So
But
yeah, so I guess in some way I do like wrestling, but in various veins.
gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
Yes, exactly.
I should mention for the Glow Skate event, it is an afternoon thing, so it's from 12 to like 2-ish. So if you're expecting to go after work, that's not really the
Okay.
deal. This is a lunchtime kind of thing.
Okay.
So, but something fun to do with the family midday. Get out of the house.
Yeah, and air conditioned,
And air conditioned. Yeah.
which I'm sure people will appreciate.
I'm sure they do. Anybody would appreciate air conditioning right now. June in Arizona. It's that time.
Is delightful.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yes. Speaking of wonderful, we've had a wonderful time with you all today. We're going to wrap up our episode for the day, but we want to remind you that you can reach out to us with events that you would like to promote, shout outs, anything you'd like to highlight, and remind you that we're also looking for sponsors, partners, advertisers. You
That's
can reach
right.
us the same way.
Hello on the morning show. They just showed, so
Yeah, you can email us, hello@onthemorningshow.com. Reach out on Instagram @onthemorningshow. We're super accessible, so you can really reach out any way that feels good for you. And thank you so much for starting off your week with us. We'll be here with you again and again and again and
exactly.
again.